Alright, hello, namaskar. This is YunusPK and welcome to the volume 3 of the series of rebuilding my personality website, YunusPK. In the previous video, though, due to some unfortunate reasons, the background music that I was listening to also came in the recording, and that's a mistake. I didn't wanted that, but anyway, I just posted that. So on that note, I can say that you can check out my Spotify playlist because they are really damn good. Especially right now I'm listening to the Alpha Team, and to not include that music in the recording right now, I'm using Audiotonic to record my voice separately than screen recording. So in the screen recording, the music might be coming, but because now I'm having a separate audio file as well, so I'm gonna just merge that after I finish doing all kind of thing that I'm gonna do right now. And I have some other playlists as well. You can check them out, like this Pride, Cyberpunk, and the Batman soundtrack, Cybertunes for coding, science fiction, alpha mode, mind refreshing Sanatini tunes, pacifist dharma tunes, the alpha team, Cyberpunk, spiritual, Bengali lo-fi hits, and My Secret of Energy, English major. I think these are from different people. And then we got Susant, Love, Indian Bhakti, and YPK's coding mix. So you can check them out. So first of all, I'm just gonna create a calendar block. And I see I always make so that it's green, and I want to make it a little big. Alright, we got it. I'm gonna code to 1 a.m. probably more than 1 a.m. I don't know, but I kind of sleep at 4, so I'm gonna be there. This is actually gonna come here. It's just one block, right? So why not just put it here? I don't know either. I'm gonna do that. Okay, just put it there. Probably I'm gonna go up to 3 p.m. I'm not gonna go like interdate. So I'm just gonna edit this thing to be in only today, not tomorrow. It's gonna be August 1. It's gonna be 12. Save. So we got up to 12. Then we got this guy up to 3. Probably more than 3. And what's that time? 12. I kinda wake up at 2, but okay, I'm gonna try to wake up at 12 tomorrow. Maybe less than 12. Okay, I'm gonna sleep on 3, and I'm gonna wake up at 10 o'clock, because probably tomorrow I have to visit a college. Our college, not my college, but our college. So yeah. Okay, these things okay, I got Notion here, make your navbar responsive. That's the thing I was working on. So the navbar you're seeing, so in the last video what we have done is we made this thing. So when you like cross that point, and that's 1100 pixels, so when you cross that 1100 pixel, it shows a different chunk of JSX. So in the code you can see it's you're gonna see like 3 times, because That's the thing I did off camera, not off camera, it's off recording. So when I was not recording, I create another like breakpoint. So if we call this 1100 pixel a breakpoint, so the borderline when it's changing, right? So it's more than 1100 pixels right now. Now it just crossed the 1100 pixels and it's less than 1100 pixel, and you see a different kind of navbar here, and that different kind of navbar is actually a different chunk of JSX. So the thing you're seeing at the first was the alpha, and then this JSX complete, like returning this JSX. So this is that one. All right, so the thing that you're seeing right now is this JSX. And then when we enter the beta version, like beta width, this is the JSX. So when you cross that 1100 pixel border or breakpoint, we get this, and this is this JSX. Then when you cross 600, now this is the breakpoint, this is the borderline. You're seeing that the navbar is changing. So when you cross the 600 border, then we get gamma. Then we get the gamma, this thing. So in the previous version, we had only two things. Not previous version, but in the previous video. In the previous video, like previous volume 2 of this series, we created a two-way responsiveness, a two-way mechanism for checking the width, but now it is a three-way. So in the previous one, we had like this kind of state. So like this state is menu active, and it's a boolean state, so it's either false or true. So we had something like that for screen width as well, but now we have something like this, which is screen width status, and screen width status a string which is either alpha, beta, or gamma. And if it's more than 1100 pixels, it gets alpha. If it's less than 1100 but more than 600, it gets beta, and if it's less than 600, it's gamma. So that's it what I have done off the recording. So but it's not pushed yet, it's not committed yet, so I'm gonna commit that in the git, and we have our GitHub here. So this is the last commit that we have done. Now we're gonna commit this thing. The last commit was create a three-way responsive mechanism. So we had already done that, and then the JSX part we didn't put, so there was just a text here. So this entire chunk you're seeing, that wasn't there in the last commit. In the last commit, it was just a text that gamma with detected or something like that. But now that we have this thing, we're gonna just commit that. We're gonna add commit a new feature, and feature of navbar, and we're gonna say, okay, there's a space needed. Okay, so I'm gonna say create JSX chunk for gamma navbar. In the previous commit, three-way responsive mechanism is introduced. Three-stage are called gamma. We already had navbar markups for alpha and beta, this commit creates markups for the gamma number. Right, so I just post it, and now it's all right. Now we're gonna move on to next part. And also there's another thing that when you click on that, it shows that search bar, and then when you cancel it, it just goes away. We do not have any transition or any kind of animation yet, but that's I'm gonna leave for now. Also, we do not have any animation here as well. I'm gonna leave that here. We're gonna work on that later. Also, we gotta add some icons here, which I'm gonna import from this project, the old project. So like these icons, I'm going to import those icons, because these all icons are designed and created by me completely. It's not taken from anywhere. So I have like raw files of these icons. So I'm gonna copy that into my project, this project, and then we're gonna use those things here, but not right now. I'm gonna delegate that work for later. And now we're gonna do what? Okay, let's have a look on the Notion. What task do we have? We have a under construction component. We have to create an under construction component so that we can put that in the about page, in the blogs page, and all that. Then we have feed real data to projects data. So the projects data that you see here, so these are like some cool names I just added to make it look cool, but now I'm gonna feed real data is here, and this does not gonna use any kind of backend API to fetch anything from GitHub or something, because some projects might come from GitHub, some projects might be here, my personal project, my like very personal projects, or maybe non-coding projects as well, which is not hosted anywhere. So I'm not gonna use any kind of API here. It's completely, the data completely be edited by me. So it's not static, technically it's dynamic still, but the data set that gonna be like custom editing thing, like custom edited. Customly I will update the data not gonna come from any backend. So that data has to be like fed with real datas. Real datas of what? Real datas, I think for now I'm gonna be feeding my GitHub projects maybe, and maybe some other blogs or something. I don't think blogs gonna be there. Like I have a separate thing for blogs. So yeah, not blogs, but I'm gonna feed up GitHub projects here. Okay, that's the work. And then we have design the website further. So we're gonna design that further, but not I'm not gonna design that in the video. I'm gonna do that later. And then create a hover effect on projects list item. So I'm gonna put that upside, like in the top. So that's the thing we're gonna do first. So what is that? That is like when you go here, it should have a hover. When you go here, it should have a hover, right? When you click that, the color changes, but when you take the mouse here, it should also have a hover effect. That's what you're gonna do. That's not needed here, but that's needed in here. Like you are hovering a mouse, but there's nothing happening. So here's what the thing is needed. Why the hell is not coming? Why the hell is not coming? Well, that was weird. Let's see again. We're in the like home page, but it's not coming. Come on. It's not coming. What's the problem? Go to home? No. If I go to about? No. If I go to home again, Now it's coming. Let's have a look if that's the case in here. Okay, if you go back, it's coming. If we go to this page and if we go back, it's coming, right? If it's here and go to that page and go back, it's not coming. Why it's not coming? Why? And if we change the breakpoint, let's say the navbar is working though. The navbar is working, but the other components are not coming, and also the home is not. Do you have any problem with the if you put a slash, then it's coming? I guess that's okay. That's a problem with the navigation, I guess. So we have this slash home and secondary path is slash. I guess the route is not. Let's how about the route page? I mean route component. The route component doing what? If active page is equals to path or active page is equal to secondary path, return the children. Path and secondary path. Secondary path. We got the thing right? Secondary path. Secondary path, copy. Secondary path. We have the spelling right, and there's the slash over here. Active page equals to path. Active page equals to secondary path. This is the OR, right? Return children, else just return. So what the problem do we have here? Let's check if we can have a completely blank thing. Okay, now we go again there. We got there, we're back. Only 3000. Nothing is coming here, right? Nothing is coming. If you make it bigger, still nothing is coming. So what's the issue here? I guess there's some problem with the landing page. Then we're getting the landing page from here. Okay. Landing page. That gotta be index.html. Where's the index.html? Okay, here we got index.js landing page. Okay, this is the thing. What problem do you have? Okay, let's see if the landing page is even coming there or not. Okay, so we're gonna console.log landing page on the board. We're gonna reload. We got everything with the landing page on board. Everything is working expectedly. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to any of these. I'm gonna go back. Now we don't get the landing page at the board, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go here and go back, landing page on the board. So so now I'm gonna try more than 800 but less than 1100 pixels, and we're gonna go here. Okay, we'll go to project / delta, whatever that is, and then if you go back, we're not going that. Okay, got it. So the problem is in the projects section. projects section.js. Here's we have the problem. What problem? Okay, I'm gonna show you what problem we have. Probably we have used some, okay, use link and navigate thing, right? Here you got the navigate thing, the navigate function. What did you use? Use here navigate, prevent default. We're going to slash projects and then projects data about them, whatever that is, not a problem. But we're using that navigate function. We're gonna go to use link, and also the link component. So we're gonna see what's the similarity between them and what's the difference between them. Is there any difference? Like, okay, secondary path. We do not have any secondary path in use link. That's not needed, right? So the navigate function is almost alright, right? Almost similar. The navigate function. This function is actually the same, and on top of that, and other things are completely same, but only the handle click we do not have. And the handle click we have, if secondary path is there, then navigate to secondary path, otherwise navigate to 2, scroll to top, or whatever that is. And it doesn't seem there's any problem though. We have a 2 here, secondary path here, children, rest, secondary path. We do not have any secondary path for that, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, let's see in the project section though. We have a link. We're gonna have a link component. Here we have the link component, and the 2 is slash projects. Okay, that's the bottom line, right? Okay, so here we have the link. It's slash projects active project dot path name, right? Let's I just copied that and navigate to, we got the project index thing here. Okay, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna paste that. Now we're gonna see what do we have. Project index and path name is matching. Alright, we have an active project and project index because that's the point of changing. That's completely fine. Now projects data, and then this thing. Okay, then we have slash projects up there as well. What's the problem? Okay, let's go to use link again. Now let's have a look if we have, let's have a look that if we have used the 2 over in the top things. We didn't, it seems like. I am not able to get it. What's the problem? Okay, so here's what we can do to fix that thing is we're gonna completely unuse the use link hook, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap, like based on the width of the component, width of the page, we're gonna return either this chunk or another chunk that would be different. And like we've already rendered projects list, right? So we can wrap this with a link component, I guess. Why not? Like we can do this, right? Okay. All right. So first of all, let's see what we have changed till now. Did we change the average? Okay, it's just that, nothing else we have done. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to navbar. I have this screen with status thing, right? Now this is becoming reusing thing, but still it's gonna be component state. So I'm gonna paste it here. Screen with status, and that's if alpha, beta, gamma we're gonna get, but we do not need the gamma, so it's gonna be simply alpha and beta, I guess. So can we, like, because it's now being used all over the places, can we use that this state inside the store, I guess? But that would make it more difficult to use actually, because then you have to dispatch and you have to use that thing, use selector and all that to just get a simple thing, which is window.inner width. So, and also, like, if we use the component state, then we can define other numbers than that. So that's why I'm just gonna use that. So when do we when are we getting that thing? When are we getting that thing to a small thing? In 800. So in 800 pixel we're getting that thing, right? So screen with status is gonna be, if it's 800 pixel greater than 800 pixel, and it's alpha, otherwise it's just beta. There's no third point, there's no third breakpoint, there's just 2 breakpoints. We could have used just true and false, but because, like, it's a possibility that in future we can use more breakpoints, that's why it's gonna stay as string, and also to follow the norm, right? So screen with status, if it's more than 800 pixels, the width is more than 800 pixels, then it's alpha, and if it's less than 800 pixels, then it's beta. For project section and for navbar, it's different, the number is different, right? That's clear now. So now what we're gonna do is, this entire thing is not needed now, but what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have a if statement, and it would be like screen with status equals to alpha. So if it's equals to alpha, then whatever it's returning here will return, and else if screen with status is equals to beta, then whatever is here will be wrapped inside a link component. Okay, could have used that elsewhere, right? What's the point? Okay, we can refactor that. Okay, we can refactor that later. What's happening? Should return something. Yeah, but it's returning something, right? Okay, so we're gonna put another we're gonna put another else. Return, just to get away with that. Come on. Again another. Okay, so we're just gonna return a div. Is that fine? Alright. This thing is just to avoid error. This thing is just to avoid EST-linked error. Okay, now so it's either returning this thing with a link this, and okay, so now we're gonna see where render projects list. Okay, we have rendered project lists here and nothing to do over here. So what are we gonna go is we're gonna see this. So if active project is equal to this, so is small screen, okay, we already have a small screen, so it's true false. Then we're not gonna need this. Come on. Okay, I want to cut that. Okay, let's sort of use that instead of boolean. I guess we can use boolean, right? For this we can use boolean. Okay, it's because it's like predefined thing, like this is already done. I'm gonna use this, and I just get away with that already. So is small screen, so this is gonna be like not is small screen, not is small screen, and this is gonna be is small screen, is small screen. Now what we have here is if small screen is that, then whatever that is, do that. We did not open and this otherwise return, and then default and all that. Handle projects card click. Where do we have that? Handle projects card click. An event on click, this one click, we have a function. Okay, I'm gonna just comment out this function. Okay, comment out that function, and I'm going to copy this path. Okay, and in the link I'm going to provide a to tag. I'm going to paste that, and this thing project index is going to be I, and where is I is already defined in the mapping. Here you get the I. Okay, this on click prop gonna go away. On click prop, go away. We got this link to that. If small screen, if small screen is if there's no small screen, then it's not gonna show at all. Okay, now the key gonna be upward. Okay, for now we're gonna avoid the key warning. Okay, the warning that you're gonna see here, each child should have a unique key prop. We're gonna avoid that for now because we're gonna refactor this thing to here in a small code. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? I think that's pretty much it. We're gonna get away with that. Set active project. Set active project. Why is that? Set active project. Okay, we're gonna just avoid that for a moment. Go here, go back. We still do not have anything. We go here, we go back, we do not have anything yet. It's some other problem. It's not the problem with use link or link, this one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna undo everything that I have done here, because come on, like this one was working thing, right? We're working fine. Okay, come on, it was working fine, right? But we can refactor this thing. We don't need that use link thing. No, we're not gonna. We're gonna refactor this. Now this entire. Okay, we just have to do a little bit of things like. Okay, the on-click thing gonna be here. Okay, we're gonna have handle projects card click and ion event gonna be there. Here we have the function. We have to change the function a little bit. So we have a if else thing here, and that is small screen, then do this. If it's not a small screen, then do what? Set active project to this. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna paste it here. Set active project to project index. And now we're gonna comment out this ternary expression. You got that? Now we have this thing. Window add event listener, resize, and if it's more than 800 pixels, more than or equal to 800 pixels, then make it false or true. That's working properly. There's nothing to worry about that. And we have a link prop here as well, which is sending this to this thing. Also, let's see, we had a link here as well, right? So that too was sending to slash projects and then projects data and then active project and then path name. But this one here is sending to I and then dot path name. If it's active project, right, so let's do that to active project, and let's have a look now if everything works as expected or not. So we have the thing right here. Made that okay. If we go to here and go back, we do not get the page. The point here is that if you go to any of these, it's gonna go to that because that's the active, right? And sure, that goes there, but when you back, it should come to that page. Like the page should render, but the page isn't rendering here. That's the point. That isn't rendering, but if we reload the page, now it's reloading, coming up. This is gonna be I. Okay, the path name or whatever that is. Okay, so we're gonna refactor this. How? I'm gonna show you how. So what we're gonna do is, so what we're doing here, right here, is we're just wrapping this with this link. Otherwise, this and this chunk is pretty much same, completely same. Not pretty much, but completely same. So what we're gonna do is, we're not gonna have this thing here. We're not gonna have this thing here, but we're gonna have this thing at the bottom, right? This is gonna go, this is gonna go, this else thing gonna go, and now we have, oh, okay, we should have a return statement here, and return should start and end in the bottom, whatever it is. Now it's perfectly fine. So this render project list should gonna render only this div, whatever. Now where we're rendering this here, the point is small screen. Okay, that's gonna be inside that thing. Okay, is small screen. If it's a small screen, then we gonna use the link component, and inside the link component will be the rendered project list thing. But this and this will be inside this again. Okay, and here we're gonna have a to prop, and the to prop gonna be, we're gonna copy this thing again. Here we're gonna copy this thing and we're gonna change this to I. Do we have I here? We have the I defined. It's a mapping function, right? We don't have the, where's the I? Okay, in the mapping thing we have the I, but here we do not have the I. That's a problem. That's a problem. Alright, then we can do another thing, that is we're gonna undo several times. We're gonna have this thing back. Okay, we have this thing back. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a const project section card content. All right, so projects card or cards, let's say cards. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this entire div, paste it here. Okay, that's pretty much it. And then what we're gonna do is we're not gonna have this returning, this entire thing gonna go, and we're gonna return cards directly from here. And here after the card thing, we're not gonna have this entire thing, but what we're gonna have is we're gonna have only the cards. We reduced the code a little bit, otherwise this is the else and whatever that is. Now what I think is we did it wrong. We should have this thing should be in the top and this thing should be in the bottom. So I want to refactor that. In the else I'm gonna put return cards. Okay, return cards. I'm gonna remove this extra line, and this shouldn't be here as well, and this shouldn't be here as well. Now we have, if small screen is true, then return this, otherwise return this. We don't need to like specify if this is false. That's just not needed. We can directly do that. Now it's almost in a good condition. Now what we have here is everything looks pretty good, but why isn't that working? We're not gonna have, come on, we still have that thing, because in the link okay, here is in the link, when we're returning the link, we're gonna have to provide a key, and that key would be I, right? I. So we have the key right now, and I reload and everything is here. Landing page on the board, we're gonna go to any of these project area. We are to /project/project area. and that is we hovered to that, like we went to that page using the link component, not the use link fork. So we're using the link component. Now I'm gonna go back. If I go back, nothing has rendered in the page. That's the problem. Also, we do not get another console log. So simply the landing page is not rendering here. Why the landing page is not rendering here? That's the point. So this thing, first of all, we're gonna be getting away. Oh, so we're gonna also, we do not need this. Also, we do not need this. Okay. Now my point is, when it's small, let's have a look for this page. Okay. Here, if we go to this and go back, it's loading. Now here, if we go to that and go back, it's not loading. So the problem is here. The problem is in the 1100 breakpoint. So that should be due to the navbar. Due to the navbar? Oh, come on. Like literally due to the navbar. The problem is literally due to the navbar. Alright, we got that. So we have this project whatever thing, and now we got inside that and go back. It's not loading. The point is in the navbar. The problem is in the navbar. So now that we know that the problem is in the navbar, we have to, like, in the beta stage also the thing is not working. Okay, so what's in the alpha? But why? Like, navbar, how the navbar can have control over that? Let's have a look in the landing page. So the landing page, how is it depending in the navbar? We do not have any nav. We are not using even the navbar here. So how? How? This is links.map. Something is not working here in the navbar. When it's beta, it's just returning this, like returning the different JSX on click handle menu click. Okay, I think debugging can't be on recording. Like, it's so boring recording, I guess. So whatever till now we have done, I would just commit that as a refactor. So then I'm gonna turn off the recording and I'm gonna debug this, because that is going crazy right now. And probably in the end I'm gonna see that when I turn off the npm server and rerun it, it's gonna work. Like, I think something like that gonna happen. Like, what the hell is happening right now? It's not a feature, it's a refactor. So refactor in the landing slash projects. In the projects, right? Yeah. So use the link component rather than use link hook for navigation. Now what's the problem? Okay, now the thing that I have said can be a possibility, so I'm gonna just try that thing first. We're gonna reload, nothing gonna have here, so I'm gonna just make sure that everything's working properly. Okay, now we're completely disconnected. I'm gonna close the tab as well. Now we're gonna npm start. Now I'm gonna have a new tab. Okay, the new tab is gonna be here. I'm gonna open up the console. The landing page is on the board. Okay, we have the big one here. I'm gonna go to any page. I'm gonna go back. Everything's working, and we get the landing page on the board again. I'm gonna reload. We got a one landing page on the board, so this is just one console log. I'm gonna go in the beta stage of the navbar. We have we are in the beta stage of the navbar, like beta navbar. If I go to any page, we went to that page. If we go back, nothing is rendering. Why nothing is rendering? Come on, navbar, why nothing is rendering? Navbar, please tell me why nothing is rendering. This navbar is crazy. Okay, one thing that I'm gonna do right now is there's so much repeated code here, so I'm gonna just first I'm gonna tackle that here. First of all, we have this nav menu container. So this entire thing is 2 times, like here and there it's same, nothing is different. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go up here, const nav menu, bus nav menu. Now I'm going to go equal to, and I'm going to use this thing, react fragment. I'm going to paste that. We got it. Nav menu, we're going to use nav menu instead. So in the beta nav menu container, instead of this, we're going to use nav menu. Is everything working? Let's have a look. Got this, nav menu is working. Perfect. Now we got the nav menu here as well. Remove that. Use nav menu. Got this. We got small. Okay, we're not still there. Okay, everything's working properly. Everything's working properly. Now, what problem do we have here? What problem do we have here? In this return and in this return, what's okay, let's see what's different in the alpha and the beta. This div is the parent, this div is the parent, this div. Okay, what's happening with the, let's have a look. Let's have a h1. It's a div that's rendering nav buttons. Okay, so is there anything that is related to rendering nav buttons? Okay, we're gonna try that as well. Okay, we're gonna question that as well. Like, do we have to render the nav buttons for this? Okay, now we have rendered nav buttons. Now I'm gonna go there. Oh man, now we're gonna go back. Oh, holy shit. Okay, so we have to have the nav bar in order to get that thing rendering. But why is that the case? Okay, first I'm gonna fix this, then we're gonna figure out why is that case. So render nav button, right? We're gonna render nav button. But what do we have in the render nav button? And the render nav button buttons, we have a div, right? Okay. Okay, what div? That's a link. First of all, on click something, class name is menu active and something. It's a link to link.path, secondary path is link to that title. Okay, I guess. Okay, I got it. It's because where do we have the active page? Okay, we have, it's because we are using this thing, path is equal to active page. If path is equal to active page or secondary path is equal to active page, return this text, the style func. Maybe it's because of the style func. Is it really? Let's figure it out. Okay, nothing, and just return. Alright, we're in the beta nav bar. I'm gonna go to any of these, go back, nothing is reloading. So it's not for the style func. Then for what it is? This set menu active, this one set is menu active, set is menu active, is menu active, on click false. Is it for this? Let's have a look. No, it's not for this. I know it's for the render nav buttons, but like this thing has to be rendered, like this chunk has to be rendered in order to this thing to be rendered, like this thing to be coming. But that's how, why is that the case? Okay, first let's do that. Okay, in the beta thing, we're gonna go and inside the nav bar, yes, not inside the nav bar but outside the nav bar, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a div, give it a class name of hidden, and render nav buttons. Okay, reload. There's nothing coming, there's no problem with the UI. We go here, we go back, everything's working properly. But why this thing has to be rendered? I do not understand this. Come on, like, why, man? Like this thing, I guess this link has to be, not the div, but this link has to be like rendered, whatever that is. Like this thing has to be rendered, but why this thing has to be rendered? By the way, where is style func is being used? Style func is being used here. does this have any like path and secondary path? And it's returning some kind of thing. Okay, active page. I guess because this has like connection with this kind of. No, that can't be the problem. I can't figure it out. If anyone knows that, please tell me. You can see the code in my repo. You can come here. github.com/YunusServiceCon/YunusPK. You can come here, see the code, and tell me why. Like this render nav buttons, this thing, this chunk of JSX has to be rendered. Like has to be rendered in the nav bar, in this nav bar, so that this thing comes, this thing like renders. So when you go to any of these pages, like any of these pages, now you go back. Now this is rendering. If we do not render this chunk of JSX, this thing is not coming. Why? That's the question. Again, this thing not gonna work in the gamma navbar. So now this is the gamma navbar, right? I'm gonna go to, like, I went to this page. I'm gonna go back. This thing is not rendering, right? Not rendering. Now what I'm gonna do is see this render nav buttons, right? In the beta, I just added this div, which is rendering this render nav buttons, and this is hidden. I'm gonna add the same thing here in the gamma navbar. Now reload that. Okay, now we're in the gamma navbar. We go to any of these pages. We go back. Now it's coming. Like this has to be rendered. That's the problem. That's the problem. Not the problem, but why is that the case? Why is that the case that this render nav buttons thing has to be rendered? That's my question. Please tell me if you know. Otherwise, I guess this is the time to just. So what just we have done is we just change the navbar. Okay, so we're gonna say GCM. This is a fix, but I don't know why. And that is navbar. Render nav buttons in beta and render nav buttons permanently in beta and gamma nav bars, or just okay, fix render of pages on navigation back and forward, I guess. Navigation back and forward. Okay, so alright, so the due to some reasons the JSX chunk in the render nav buttons are function const has to be rendered in the nav bar in order to the pages to be rendered automatically when coming back to pages from any other page using the back buttons in the back buttons of the browser. I still did not figured out why, but this is just happening. Okay, therefore this commit creates a div with class name hidden, which hits the div and calls that const inside that div. That means in the background the nav buttons are now being rendered permanently in the beta and gamma navbars. Okay, that's a lot of explaining. Okay, should I create a issue about that? I don't know. No, I shouldn't create a issue for that. Like for making this thing animation, this thing gonna like would have just solved anyway, because when we're gonna make a animation for that, what's gonna happen is you're seeing that a nav menu thing, right? This nav menu, this div, so it's is menu active, and then this chunk is so if the menu active is false, then this chunk just does not show, like it just does not render. But for animation we have to like render this permanently, but this just gonna be away of the screen, so it's just gonna be like away of that, like probably in this position, which we can't see actually. And then when this thing gonna turn to true, then this is gonna just slide into the page, so this is gonna be like permanently always rendering. So that could have just solved the problem, but I just had put that for future, so that's why we just like right now, that's why I just suffered a lot in this thing. But I just saw a behavior of React, but now I have to understand why this thing is happening. I will understand why this thing is happening, but anyway, now the thing is working. That's the point. What do we have to do now is, okay, we have to like remove that console log as well, right? So that's in the landing page, I guess. Okay, it's a cleanup. We remove landing page console log. All right, I think everything's fine. I got this. All right, now what do we have to do is we have to create hover effects on project list items. Hover effects, okay. Link, no, I don't need this. I don't need this. Navbar, project section. Okay, project section, we have to create hover effects on the cards, right? These cards. First of all, I'm gonna select the color. What color are we gonna use for that? Okay, here we have. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go for project area. Okay. I'm gonna change the color a little bit of lighter, I guess. Lighter side, or a little bit of darker side, I guess. Okay. Go to that color again and just a little bit of darker side, or maybe that is hard to get what color we're gonna use for that. Okay, that looks much better. Okay, we're gonna go kind of this color. Kind of this color, but this kind of border of the both colors. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good. We can change that later, but that's the hover effect. Okay, so we're gonna have the hover effect now. Where is that card? Okay, here we got the cards. And is it individual cards? Project, and this is individual cards. This is card container, and inside that we have the project type. Okay, card container. Why is it card container? It's the card, right? And where is that cards? Render projects list. Why is it card container? It should be card. Projects and cards panel. Cards container. This is the navbar. Okay, so project section CSS. Okay, we're gonna go on projects section .css container. Project section card container. We're gonna make it project section card. We're gonna make it project section card. So here we have the project section card, and we're gonna have a hover effect for that, right? Pretty simple. Hover. We're gonna copy that color again. I got the color here, and we're gonna have a transition. I think we already have a transition of, no, we do not have the transition, so we have to get the transition here. Okay, I'm gonna just use transition over here, project section. Okay, where's the project section? Project section is the root div. Alright, so we can use here, not here, but we have to use a star for that. Project section star, and the transition gonna be 0.3 seconds. That's the norm in this project. Okay, what just happened? Project section card, cards panel, card, project section. Okay, container h3. Okay, because we have to change that as well. No container, just p. Okay, I got, but where's the hover effect? Come on, where's the hover effect? Okay, project section card is this div. We got a style here, so background color, if active project is I and end small is not true, then this, otherwise transparent. Because we have background color here already defined, that's why the hover effect aren't gonna work here. So we have to use hover effect inside that. So first I'm gonna use do that here. So background color is this. How we can add a hover effect here? This is basically the same color, okay? If we use the background color, okay, so background color transparent and this thing. Now no, it didn't work. If we use the class name below the style, let's have a try. Now also this didn't work. But how we can add a hover here? Okay, let's Google it up. How to add hover in inline CSS in React. To add inline CSS styles on hover in React, set the on mouse enter and on mouse lib props on the element on mouse enter and on mouse lib. Okay, let's try. On mouse enter, and we're gonna have a thing like that. Background color, then again this have to like if active project is equal to I, is not equal to I, and okay, I'm gonna just copy a thing and this thing, and then I'm gonna okay, so if active project is not equal to this, so if it's active project, you do not have to have that hover effect, and is small screen doesn't matter. Wait, and not is, but if it's a small screen, okay, I think, okay, we do not need this. We can have it directly. Like if it's an active project, then also we're gonna have the hover. This needs to be a function instead of a function. Okay, how has to be a function. Handle mouse enter. Set is hovering to true. Is hovering. Oh. Okay. Okay, is hovering and is hovering. Okay, we're gonna have to make another statement. Const is, okay, proj card hovering. Is project card, but wait, how am I gonna know which card is hovering? That's a problem, right? So we can add the index. Okay. Which project card is hovering? That's a huge state name. Or we can just write Harvard card. Harvard card, yes. Harvard card. Set Harvard card. Okay. By default, it's gonna be null. Okay. And now here, let's go where that was. Okay. On mouse enter, this is gonna be a function, right? Okay, let me see that. We're gonna have a function here and set Harvard card. I'm just gonna pass the index. Okay, I'm just gonna pass the index. Now if active project is equal to I and is small screen is this, then this, and transparent. Okay. Okay, let's say we can do that. Okay. Otherwise now we're gonna again look up for Harvard card. Harvard card is equal to I. If it's equal to I, then this color, otherwise transparent. Okay, now we got it. Yeah, we got it. And this thing not gonna have a hover effect. This thing not gonna have a hover effect, but like the active thing not gonna have a hover effect, but other things gonna have a hover effect. That's cool. That's very cool. But should I have a hover effect on that? I don't. We have to have that hover effect, I guess, because let's have a look for this one. Okay, we got the hover effect from the beginning. Why? What's staying though? Oh, because we didn't add the mouse leave button, right? Okay, we have to add the mouse leave button, like mouse leave. On mouse leave, I have to have another function that gonna be set Harvard card to null. Now let's have a look for this thing. Okay, it's already working, so we do not have to do anything else. Okay, pretty good. And here we can just remove that thing. And we don't need this as well. Other than that, everything's okay. Let's remove that as well. Okay. Okay. This should stay up. And everything is awesome. I wanna have some line here, like some space here. Otherwise this equals to this, then this, otherwise this. Does this look good? I don't think so. Okay, it's just more readable, but not Doesn't look good though. It's complicated to understand. That's much better. It's being a long line, but it's much better to understand. Right, now I'm gonna just commit that. So it's a feature, right? It's a feature, and that's landing/projects. Create hover effect in project cards. Okay, we have done that. We got this. Okay, now what else? Now I guess we done that. Create under construction component. Okay, I'm gonna have my dinner first. It's 10:46. I'm gonna have my dinner, and then I'm gonna create this thing. Till then, I think this can be it for this session, and the next thing, that under construction button, would be in the next video, the next volume. Thank you.